Nice job. And cut. Meaning we're going to cut that.
Yeah.
No, really. And after the first 2 hours, the first 2 chairs are finally ready to be put somewhere else.
My name is Mike, I'm your host, and don't be afraid, this is poetry. This is one of my more recent poems, and I wanted to find something that's semi-artsy, and I couldn't find anything, but I found this one. It's entitled, Burial for High-Tech Toothbrush. Landfills are a consumer Armageddon. The batteries sigh like a 50-year-old spine in the morning. My high-tech brush lost its spin. I feel like I'm brushing my teeth with a broom, painting the ceiling with a mop. I lumber through brushing, grin a utilitarian grin. A glob of toothpaste worms down the handle, leaving streaks of holographic glitter, an electric blue larva on a branch with a corporate logo. As a child, I took old toothbrushes and turned them into human effigies. The bristles made the perfect face, always a smile. The sophisticated brushes from the dentist had contour-gripped handles, arched in elegant sway like a Hellenic bust. I would dress them in napkins tied with dental floss, then act out the breakdown of Pandora, the smothering of Pompeii. Frugalness didn't refuse resurrection in those days, but not today. My wrist aches from this dead toothbrush dead in my grip. At sunset, I will bury it under the day-glow Cacynthias, an offering to things unworshipped, then go buy a new one. I gotta stop being a throwaway nomad. Landfills stand like circus tents, temples that sink under grass and blue fire at night.
The zip car door doesn't open! No! You f***er!
This is a poem I actually wrote about Plymouth before dawn. Outside your window, sailboats rock and nod, off to sleep within the arms of the sea. A breeze tonight, soft as bellows, fills your chest, which deflates, slumps against the edge of your desk, your head an anchor buried in a heavy bed of sand, till early morning you wake as the day drifts in.
El Salvador, 1983. Somewhere, someone is mourning for the body of a brilliant one. Man or woman, it doesn't matter. The tears in this country, an entrance to a void, shadows touching skin like frost. A star fell north of this city. Armies parade around in their uniforms bragging about the killings. Dead bodies thrown into a pit cry. Flesh hits wind, wind hits flesh. How many dead? Finally, they are covered with dirt at noon. All eyelids are closed. No one knows nothing. No breathing assaults to hold us. The bitter ash weeps over the world, and no other country wants to see it, taste the dead on their tongue, or wipe away all the weeping.
So what do you guys think? Less than 10 feet away from the poetry tent? Good idea? Good foresight? What do you guys think? Come on, be honest. It's now much quieter. Their audience had to move up a little closer to hear them, but I think that's much better now. Thank you to the woman who complained.
The first poem I'm going to read is from Resonating Timber, and it's entitled Hurricane. So as our thoughts are here today, our thoughts I know are all with the people in Texas. This was actually written before the hurricane season. Hurricane. In September's season, dark continent dryness slips into the surging sea in convectionary swirls. Drafts the heated Atlantic, spinning as a child's teeter-tottering top. Mythological cyclops, alphabet named with voracious appetite, gains strength, mesmerizes meteorologists, defies definition, changes numbered categories at will. Whirlwind wanders westward, winding and unwinding. In landfall lanes, Mother Earth's bows bend and break. Mona, the howling hound, wrestles weighted water rivers as mankind hunkers down, lighting a candle against the darkness.
I wrote this poem over the winter, and this is the final version. It's something every little young Portuguese boy goes through when he's growing up, and that's slaughtering cows. I mean, where I came from, I thought everybody ate black beans and rice for Thanksgiving and killed cows on Christmas, but I guess not. Annual cow slaughter, 1975. The bull hung from the timbers of that barn like St. Peter. On the reversed cross, blood pooled the barn board floor, indicative of the ocean my grandfather crossed, bringing old country ways to the new world. Its rear hooves clacked as the knot tightened in hoisting. Front hooves tied pointing toward its hell, an inversion of its killer's lives. Sacrificing this beast prevented a last supper. The bullet in its temple served our winter tables. Can vinagage the coiler, with the blood we make chorizo. But first came bleeding, the slitting of throat. I remember my Americanized aunt praying my father, wailing I was too young to witness slaughter. But this was my body, my blood, my ascension. As my 11-year-old hand reached for the knife, the same way my 3-year-old body leapt to grab Mother Savage, Frido, and Festa, Tia Maria screamed, running away from the slang and butchery, back to the house where women cooked whatever we killed. Under these pagan beams, now only men remain. Now was my moment during roughest time of year. I cut the throat to bleed the cow, preparing meat for meal. Pa would butcher the beast later. First, I'd slit its throat, enter the world of men who feed their families. Fear poured over my brow to my lips. The taste of vinegar marinated me. I can still feel Pa's hand clenching mine. He made me push harder, the way a man would, making cattle bleed for steaks. As the blood began to flow over the back of my hand, he let go, sent me to the house where the woman would remove my clothes, wash the blood from my hands, bless me with their holy water.
Test audience, my guinea pig, and this is opportune. This is a poem called Why I Married a Musician. When we fight and I win, you scream, I will make you pay. We save our lives in such unlikely ways, and we are all afraid. We are all little, becoming more little. This then is the darkness. This then is the light. In a word, in a look, when you rub my tired feet, in a note played by a man, becoming what we all want, becoming something different than what we are.
This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. Good guys, bad guys, and explosions as far as the eye can see, and only one will survive. I wonder who it will be. This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny.
And a baseball hat.
Play breakfast at
with a logo
Tiffany's.
from some out-of-state team.